Energy bills in the UK are about to jump dramatically. Brian Sullivan joins us now with more on a story he first reported on back in early November. Brian, the UK is where a lot of things are coming together. Higher energy costs, inflation fighting, rate hikes.
Yeah, and it's all happening at the same time. And what it's going to do, Mike, is result in a pretty steep drop in the quality of life for millions of people in England. I hate to be so blunt about it, but that is just the truth. All right, here's what happened. Every 6 months, the UK power regulator, known as Ofgem, adjusts its rate hike caps. How much can power producers raise their rates? It happens in the beginning of October, and it happens April 1st. Well, as of April 1st, Ofgem just approved the biggest ever price hike for power companies in the UK. They're going to be able to raise electricity prices to consumers by 54%. That is on top of a 12% hike approved back in October. This is being done because more UK power companies risk going out of business. They've already had about 20 that have gone under, unless they're able to pass along the higher prices they are paying for their power sources. That is namely natural gas. Remember, England has been desperate to buy natural gas on the spot market and is paying huge premiums to do so. That's because UK policymakers in 2017 closed their only natural gas storage field. So they shut it down, so they have almost no storage and have to buy it. It has never been a problem until now. You also factor in renewables like wind in the Northwest not producing the kind of power it needs, when it needs it, or where it needs it. All in, about 15 million British households are on floating rate, not fixed rate plans. Those are the ones at risk, guys. I can't overstate this. That means those families, many of which are much lower income, could end up paying about $1,000 or more per year for heat and electricity. And some agencies now predict this could send 1 in 10 British families into what they call energy poverty, maybe having to choose between heating or eating. Now, the UK government today quickly trying to blunt the impact of these higher costs. They're offering up subsidies like a 200 British pound discount on energy bills, 150 pound tax rebate, 150 million pounds for local agencies to try to help lower income families. So basically, Mike, the government is trying to help consumers out because poor energy policies the government made has led now to big price spikes on those consumers. Are you tracking that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, they're trying to chase this higher. I guess the question, let's say they get the support package through, and maybe it blunts the impact for now. Is it for the next several months, this is going to be the level, but is this going to be the peak for them in terms of the cost? Obviously, it's going to depend on things like natural gas prices, but what are we looking at further down the road?
Probably another hike next October, and I'll tell you why. So many of these power companies and utilities, Mike, have lost so much money, maybe billions in the hole, because they're paying the price. They can't pass it along until now, that even if they get this, they're going to pass this 54%. And trust me, every utility in the UK is going to raise prices by that 54%. They don't have to, but I promise you that they will. They're still going to be in the hole unless things dramatically change and power prices dramatically drop. They're likely to raise prices again in October, which means there could ultimately be, you have 12% last October, another 54% April 1st. If you get, I don't know, a 20 or 30% hike next October, theoretically, Mike, we could have a situation where millions of families in the UK have their energy costs double in a 12-month period. Now, this is sort of happening here in the United States, not to this level because their system is different. But if you look up in Boston right now, as I've been highlighting on Twitter and on Wex in the morning, their wholesale electricity prices are still in the triple digits. Last January, they averaged about $45. They haven't been under $100 that I have seen in a number of weeks. They can't pass that all along. But, Mike, you and I know somebody's going to have to eat it. The utilities are going to have to eat it and maybe need a bailout from the taxpayer, or the taxpayer and the consumer are going to have to eat it, just like in the UK right now.